Hey, welcome to the I Am Mom Summit. My name is Tamika Swint and I am the Executive Director of Styles for Kids. Styles for Kids is an organization committed to providing textured hair care services and education for families who are transracially adopting, fostering, or who are biracial families. And we're excited to be with you today to share some techniques that is going to help you build confidence in your ability to style your kids' hair. Hey, I'm a mom and I get it. It can be difficult, especially if you don't have the experience or the practice to be able to style your kids' hair. And as moms, we really want our kids to feel good and look good. So we have our model here today, Layla, who's going to be allowing me to style her hair today. And we're going to be teaching you some hair care basics. The style that you're going to learn today is two-strand twists. And it can take some time. You want to make sure that when you're styling your kids' hair that you do set aside enough time to be able to do the hair and style it so that it looks nice. We usually recommend that you choose your hairstyling times on the weekends, or if you're going to do it during the week, you want to make sure you set aside at least an hour or two to make sure that you can get the techniques down and have the style looking as beautiful as your kid would want. So we're going to get started. When styling, you always want to make sure that you have the appropriate tools to make styling easier. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will be utilizing all the tools that you see here. Starting with our smoothing hairbrush, a detangling hairbrush, a rat tail comb, an afro comb, a wide tooth comb, and a variety of clips. A continuous spray water bottle, styling gel, holding gel, hair mousse, elastic rubber bands, ponytail holders, hair moisturizer, detangler, and oil, and a variety of hair decorations. We're going to divide the hair into 4 sections. You want to use your rat tail comb and place the tail of the comb against the scalp and direct it so that you create a nice clean part. You can use either the rat tail end of the comb or you can use the comb end to separate your sections. So we usually part the hair into 2 sections, starting at the forehead. One tip I usually give moms, because getting in the middle of the head can sometimes be a challenge, but you want to envision drawing an imaginary line from the middle of your child's nose all the way back, and you want to go to the middle of the nape of their neck. So what you'll find that will often sometimes happen as you're doing this is that the hair will start to dry out. And remember, you always want to style the hair while it's damp. So you want to use your water bottle to re-dampen the hair. And when you get ready to start working with the section, you can use your detangling hairbrush to kind of pull through those sections. Now this is one good tip for you, is that you want to invest in a nice paddle brush like this one. paddle brush is going to enable you to be able to pull through the sections of hair easier without as much tension. And it's also very useful for detangling curly and coily and kinky hair. Okay? So once you have that section detangled like the way you want it, you can clip it back off. Now here I want to demonstrate how to get really nice, clean, neat lines. That's something that a lot of moms struggle with, and it really takes a lot of practice, but I want to let you know that you can master this. Okay, so we're going to remix the hair now and detangle again. And in this back section, we're going to demonstrate 2-strand twists. We're going to do 4 rows using box parts and do 2-strand twists. This is a nice style that you can do, and it will last at least 3 weeks or sometimes 2 weeks depending on how fuzzy the hair begins to get. You can rewash and retwist every 2 weeks. And this will be a nice style that will last for you. So we're going to start with our first row in the back here. And we're going to utilize that product again to help us clean up the part. Parting is very, very important to making your style look neat. And actually, you can have braids or twists that are not the neatest braids or twists, but if you have nice, clean parts, it's going to make a big difference in the style. Okay, so we have our first row parted and we're ready to begin our twist. So we're going to start with our first part. So you're just going to draw a straight line down. And again, you want to utilize the hair gel. You see where I have the gel, that's a nice little tip for you so you don't have to keep walking back and forth. And we're going to begin our first twist. So you want to comb and gather all of the little hairs. And you want to smooth with your fingers. Smoothing, smoothing, always smoothing. And you want to divide the hair into 2 equal sections. Now, in order to begin your twist, I want to make sure that I emphasize that you can twist in either direction. I'm going to twist right because right is more natural for me, but you can twist to the left or the right. So you want to twist both sections in the same direction. So here you're going to twist both sections to the right, and then you're going to cross the hair to the left. So you want to continue twisting and cross. Twist and cross. Twist and cross the sections. Now when you twist, you're also going to be doing a little bit of a roll, as you can see here, so that the hair will stay. As you come closer to the ends, you want to utilize your styling gel to smooth out the sections of hair so that you can continue to roll and twist all the way to the ends. Now the key with your roll and twist is making sure that you roll and twist all the way down. When you roll and twist all the way down, you ensure that the sections of hair will stay. And as you continue to practice this method, you're going to get better and better at it. For some textures of hair, you may have to add a little bit of holding gel to the end to get it to stay, and that's okay. You want to use a styling gel that's really light on the fingers so that you can really roll the hair. And then there we have our first twist. Now this style is appropriate for girls or boys. You can twist the hair. The nice thing about it being twisted this way is that the moisture is going to be locked in, so whatever product that you put into the hair is going to be locked into the strands. Textured hair tends to be get dirty quicker when you leave it free because it's exposed to the environment, so you have lint and dirt and everything that's in the air that's getting into the hair. This way the moisture can stay locked in and it can be protected from the environment until you get ready to style it again. So we're going to continue this process across this bottom row, and then we're going to work our way up. Here we're going to continue going across. You want to utilize your afro comb to comb out that section of hair. And remember, if it's starting to get dry, you want to add a little bit more water. Water is an important part of the styling process because it helps to keep the hair hydrated while styling. But you want to continuously apply water and hair moisturizer to this style during the week in order to keep the hair properly hydrated. So here, remember again, we're going to utilize that holding gel to pull those sections of hair apart, and we're going to do 3 twists back here, and we'll keep going. For the smaller sections of hair that you want to hold to the side, you want to utilize a smaller clip. So here we're going to comb through the section of hair that we're working with very gently, because you will rip the hair out if you try to comb it too hard. Okay? Then remember, we want to apply, got a little bit of holding gel here, a little bit of styling. Apply a little bit more of the styling gel, and again, you want to smooth down the section of hair before you start twisting, because that's going to allow you to create a nice smooth twist. Okay? You want to again divide the sections of hair into 2 equal sections, and then you want to begin rolling the hair in the direction that you want to twist. Now I'm going to roll left just so you can see the difference between the two. So you're going to roll left, but then you're going to cross right. Roll, cross, roll, cross, roll, cross. Continue adding product as you go down to help keep the hair lubricated so that your twist will stay. Roll, 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 roll. That rolling is a key part of this process. And again, as you come into the end, you want to apply a little bit more product. Roll the hair in your hand and cross. Roll. Now, sometimes what happens when you're doing this style is that if you don't have that little roll there, the hair is not going to hold as well. So you want to make sure that you're rolling and twisting. Now for your straighter or wavier textures of hair, it will not hold this style. So this style works in textures that are coily or kinky textures where you have a little bit more texture to the hair. Okay? And this is a nice texture style. And again, you want to go as far down to the end as you can. And you can kind of curl with your finger and let go. And then there's your twist. And as you can see, whether you roll left or right, it's going to result in the same twist. Okay? So we're going to continue doing this throughout the head until we're done. To apply product, and you guys saw me doing that as I was going through the sections, and you want to comb through the ends. Now, depending on the texture and the length of your kid's hair, you're going to use either an afro comb. This is an important part of the smoothing process to make sure that your twists lay really neatly and you don't get a lot of frizz. Is you want to comb through those sections all the way to the root. If you try to twist hair that has not been combed through well, you're going to get a lot of frizz and twist. And again, remember, the most important part of this process is to make sure you twist all the way down to the ends. So you may have to utilize your fingertips a little bit more to make sure you get down as far as the ends as you can go. Okay, then you want to roll it a little bit, and then you're ready to start your next twist. And you must practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. So the more that you're practicing this, the easier it's going to be for you. And if you feel like that your daughter or son is not going to be able to sit for this, then what you want to do is you want to start with ponytails and practice the twist at the end of the ponytails, and we're going to demonstrate that next. Now, to get a good clean ponytail, you want to make sure that you have your holding gel. Your holding gel is going to be a critical part of this process. And you want to utilize just enough to lay the hair down around the edges so that you can smooth those sections. Now, older girls are going to want to have their edges formed, or we call it laying edges. But you want to make sure that as you're doing that, that you are not putting too much tension there, because over time that can cause breakage or traction alopecia. And that is where we have hair that is missing from too much tension. The other thing when you're making your ponytails, I'm using a smoothing brush to smooth down the sections of hair that we just applied product to. And you want to do that all the way around the ponytail. Then you want to use an elastic band, rubber band, either rubber bands, or you want to utilize a ponytail holder. Smoothing can be done with your fingers as well. Smoothing, smoothing. And then you want to hold your hand here, because that's going to help you to get a nice, clean, secure ponytail. So you want to hold it with your fist. And then you want to grab it like so, and you want to start at the bottom, smoothing with the ponytail holder all the way up to the top. And you want to cross and twist before you go back down. And you want to do that a few times until the ponytail is secure. Now, this is a cute style. If you wanted to leave it this way, you could. You just want to make sure that you apply a little bit of moisturizer and a little bit of styling gel. We already moisturized, so I'm going to apply a little bit of styling gel to the end of that to kind of hold the curl and keep it from being so dry. The biggest thing that we see with Afro puffs with our clients is that they usually do not spend enough time moisturizing those ends. So you want to make sure that you have some hydration in the hair so that the style will hold. Okay? Now, we're going to, for the purpose of this style, twist the ends so that we have a nice style that matches the back. So we're going to clip this down, and I'm going to come here and begin twisting. Now, when you have thicker sections of hair like so, You can divide that ponytail into several sections and twist.
Okay.
So now we finished our ponytails and we're ready to start applying barrettes. The advantage that barrettes is going to give you is that it's going to add some length to these twists, because sometimes what happens when they're sleeping and playing, that the twist will start to shrink, and so, or turn or bend in different directions. So you want to apply something to the ends. You could apply beads or barrettes to help prevent that process from happening, but if that doesn't bother you, you don't really have to add anything, but I just wanted to demonstrate how to do that. So I'm gonna show you a couple of different methods. The first, using Gabby bows. We do like Gabby bows, and we recommend them for smaller sections of hair like this. The nice thing about it is that you don't need rubber bands to secure the barrettes onto the end of the hair. So to use a Gabby bow, you would just wind the end of the twist around the middle section, and then you're going to simply snap it into place on both sides. Now, for those of you who don't have Gabby bows and you want to know how to apply a regular barrette to the end of the hair, we utilize a couple of things. You need your barrette and an elastic rubber band. And so what you're going to do is you're going to line the hair around the elastic rubber band, around the end of the barrette. And then you're going to take an elastic rubber band and you're going to secure the barrette, the hair to the barrette with the elastic rubber band. So that way, if it unsnaps, it doesn't come disattached from the end of the hair. Okay, our model is done. How do you feel, Layla? Good. Okay, so here's where you want to apply your hair decoration. So we have some pretty purple bows that we picked out for her. So we're gonna put those in her hair now. And with girls, you wanna make sure you choose plenty of colors and you wanna match those. And I am really looking forward to seeing your pictures of this style that you have done posted on our pages. So now we're going to move into talking about how to maintain it. So one of the ways that you want to maintain is before bed, you want to make sure that you remove any hair decoration from the day. You can leave the barrettes in and the elastic bands in as long as they're not too tight. And we want to spray with a moisturizer, a leave-in moisturizer. You want to spray. And then you want to spray a little bit of natural oil to seal in the moisture. And you want to add, we like these stocking caps. These are actually called wig caps, and usually ladies wear them underneath their wigs. But we recommend them for kids because they're small enough to fit on the head so that it's not slipping off at night. And so you're going to apply this to their head first so that the style doesn't get messed up. You're going to put on the satin cap. And you can purchase these online. They have so many that you can choose from now. They have different prints. And sometimes clients say that they slip off. So that way if it slips off, we still have that extra secure of the stocking underneath that's keeping it secure to the hair. And that is how you maintain the style. Now sometimes what happens is that the ponytails will get a little frizzy throughout the week, or when you take the cap off, they may need some touching up. And so you can do that. You can utilize an edge brush or a toothbrush, and you would reapply that holding product to the edges. And then you're going to smooth down with the edge brush or your comb to get those little hairs that have moved during sleep laid back down for the day. Okay? And you'll do that on both sides. If you notice that the hair is looking a little dry, you always want to use hair moisturizer and make sure that you're applying that to the ends. For braids or twists, I usually say use like a little leave-in spray because that'll make it easier for you versus trying to take cream product and put it on the ends of these. And then you can reapply your hair decoration if you want to switch it out to something different for the next day. You could. These barrettes stay in place. You can remove them, but you will have to reapply them every day. And so we're excited to be a part of this summit, and we hope that this video has been helpful for you. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and please post your pictures. We want to see your styles that you have reproduced after this training, and we look forward to hearing from you.